Hello everyone, this is Crota coming at you, giving you guys a 1v1 game between Ted and Elegant. Ted's, I believe it's Elegant. Actually, let me double check that for you. Yes, it is I am Elegant. This is Ted though, spawning as the red undead player here on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here, a hop, skip, and a jump away, we have I am's Elegant spawning as the blue night elf. Now, I have been getting a lot of requests to cast longer games, and I got to say a number of things. One, I will try to cast longer games once I am done moving. I am moving next week, so I am not going to be able to play a lot of games for a little bit of time. But after that, I really haven't seen that many games. The games are either like in the 15-20 minute range, which is, your average long game compared, and then you go into like those 45 minutes to an hour matchups. And I know that sometimes I just need a break from casting. I don't have a co-caster, and I don't know if I have enough energy, like the Energizer Bunny, to actually go the distance and maintain that level of energy throughout the entire matchup. Now, what are we going to be seeing here? We are looking into a Death Knight and a Ghoul opening with a Tomb of Relics. Meanwhile, we are going into a Demon Hunter with most likely archers for this Ancient of War creeping. Funny how just a moment or last week I had talked and said that, hey, what are the chances that we would actually be going into a Night Elf versus Undead matchup, and we now have quite a few. Alright, Ancient of War, what is going to happen here? All the creeps are now pulling back here as the archer, now going to get off a shot, pulls the creeps away once more, and that Ancient of War is going to aggro here. So far, the Wisp is going to come over to repair, double Wisp protection all the way, as that Ancient of War is now tanking. Meanwhile, this scouting ghoul will find his opponent here in just a second, but it may be quite some time, and this is going to give Elegant a very, very big advantage. All right, let's take a look at this. Demon Hunter gonna get the experience. There he goes. Picks up a Potion of Invulnerability and a Slippers of Agility. Both very strong, very nice items to have in this early matchup. All right, the Ghoul does not steal a kill there. Is he going to be able to, not steal a kill again, as the Demon Hunter is already at level 2. All right, Ancient of War is doing a lot of tanking, and is this going to be the end of that Ancient of War? As you see a mana burn onto that Death Knight. Death Knight did end up getting Unholy Aura first, which is very obvious to me, so it should be very obvious to Elegant as well. Not quite sure why he even bothered to mana burn, since, well, the Unholy Aura is just going to help him regenerate those hit points anyways. You got to be careful in the early stages of the game. You do not want to waste mana burns, because that's just going to drain your Moonwells more later on. Well, taking a look at that Demon Hunter, he is rather healthy, and once he gets up to 270 or 70 mana, that is the whole entire point that I am making is going to be completely moot. And, well, it looks like that is going to be the case, and hey, that mana burn did actually deal a little bit of damage to the Death Knight. So what do I know about in terms of everything? As you can see, oh, the archer now trying to get away. This is going to be very, very bad for the archer. There is a detonation, and it looks as though the Death Knight will get his girl, taking her out, taking her down. Not the kind of taking out that most girls want on a first date, but it's okay, as the Death Knight and the archer would never, ever mix anyways. All right, ghouls have come out as well. The Demon Hunter still sitting at level 2. Does not have Immolation, most likely, as we've seen mana burn, but I haven't seen any miss yet, or I haven't really been paying a lot of attention, as the Demon Hunter still making its way over. It looks like he tried to mana burn again, and yes, he is mana burning more, not quite sure why, but then again, that Demon Hunter does have a fair bit of hit points, and he is regenerating rather nicely. The Death Knight has to be extremely careful here. This is a little bit strange, as the Demon Hunter now going to charge on through, perhaps actually make it inside the base here. He may end up getting surrounded, and oh, that would have been a bad play. The Slippers of Agility, and we now are looking at additional trolls making their way over. All right, another mana burn coming. The Troll Berserker now on the move, trying to get away. He may get taken down. That is going to be very bad news for him. Now up against the creeps, knowing that the creeps could be aggroed very, very easily, and now that Death Knight down to sub 100 hit points has to be extremely careful. All right, Troll Shadow Priest now looking to back off again. And so far, this Demon Hunter has really been playing. Wow, thank you for honking your horn. This Demon Hunter has really been playing the role of just disruption onto this Death Knight. The Death Knight rather low on hit points as the Demon Hunter really has not been punished. This is going to be one of those situations where if Ted looks at this replay, he needs to wonder why he did not put any damage on that Demon Hunter. He's been focusing a lot on the individual units, and yes, the individual units are going to have a profound impact, but that Demon Hunter is pretty much getting unscathed. He's going to have full Moonwells pretty quickly here. You can see those Moonwells are pretty high on all of that moon juice there, and the Demon Hunter is just getting lots and lots of damage. Naga Sea Witch now being brought over with that cold arrow. That is going to be a very dead ghoul here in just a second. There it goes as the Demon Hunter now sits at level 2. Naga Sea Witch on the board, and we are going to be seeing some pressure. All right, Troll Shadow Priest is nearby. Demon Hunter is coming back around, perhaps trying to cut off some of these ghouls here. Going to find them, and this is going to be an absolute massacre here in just a moment. One ghoul getting it taken down, and all of the advantage that the Death Knight was able to do, killing off those early ghouls, is pretty much now all for naught, as we may see, no, that ghoul is going to be able to escape. All right, Demon Hunter now going after the Death Knight. Death Knight dangerously low on hit points, now being forced to pull back here, as we are looking at a whole bunch of Troll Shadow or a whole bunch of skeletal minions. The Naga Sea Witch did not go after that Death Knight there. If he did, perhaps the Death Knight would have been taken out, but does not matter. The Tomb of Relics is up, meaning he does have a potion of healing, so that is a good place for him to be. Lich now being trained up as well. That Naga Sea Witch did make a very profound impact in the early stages of the game, or the middle stages of the game, getting those early ghouls, but now the ball is in the Undead's court. Undead has a lot of ghouls here. We are going to be seeing a Lich now make its way out. Slaughterhouse is training up the Obsidian statues. This is exactly when Ted needs to mount up his counterattack. The counterattack could be very difficult to stop. You don't see that much focus fire, but let's take a look at the Night Elf base. The Night Elf base going the Tree of Eternity, getting Dryads now, and getting that second Ancient of Lore. Death Knight still nearby. He needs to regenerate a lot of hit points, and he perhaps is wondering why he went for Unholy Aura first. He did have faster movement speed. There's a mana burn now. Are we going to see an engagement? The Death Knight, actually very low on hit points, does use a potion of healing already, as we now see the Obsidian statue makes its way over. Ring of Protection perhaps should get purchased or picked up. No, picked up by the Demon Hunter, and now the Demon Hunter is actually in a very dangerous spot. All right, Lich now needs to make its way back out. Oh, this is going to be extremely dangerous. The Death Knight without a Death Coil. What is going to be happening here? No Frost Nova, and what is going to go down? Oh, we could have some very low hit point heroes. Unholy Aura, and what is going to go down here? So far, the Demon Hunter down to 9 hit points. Forced to use a potion of invulnerability right there. That's the only reason why he even agreed to stick around in that fight, as another ghoul gets taken down, giving level 3. Some crazy back and forth action here. The Obsidian statue now making its way back over the Death Knight. Oh, the Obsidian statue actually being microed to use the double heal, Essence of Mana, Essence of Blight ability. It was being used in just a moment. You saw both essences on that Death Knight, regenerating hit points, regenerating mana. That Lich now back up to 221 or 200 plus mana, meaning that he does have enough for a Frost Nova. Oh, wow, a very quick Frost Nova there, making sure that he didn't get detonated. There is the Unholy Aura, the Death Coil, healing that unit there, and now we are looking at perhaps a Lich who wants to get to level 2. All right, Demon Hunter is back in the action. No big surprise since those Moonwells were not drained during the first Nightfall. Lich now dangerously low on mana. A beautiful Death Coil saving a unit there, but getting aggroed by the creeps. And now the Demon Hunter is coming back strong. Oh, surround onto a Demon Hunter, but the Demon Hunter does make its way back out. Minus 1.5 armor, so that means it takes an extra 20% damage from everything. That would have been an absolute nightmare, as we are looking at the Crypt Fiend trying to back off again. Obsidian Statue gets mana burn. We are now back on Blight. You do not want to fight on Blight, but that Crypt Fiend looks oh so tasty as the units are now trying to chase in again. All right, let's take a look at this. 2 Crypt Fiends look so tasty, but is it going to be too much? Crypt Fiends are now in the backfield. 1 Crypt Fiend gets taken down, but is it going to cost the Demon Hunter? No, it's going to cost a Scroll of Town Portal instead, as we are now trying to take down a Troll Berserker. It does get taken down, and the Lich gets to level 2. Wow, this is a really good game here. I am surprised that it was not highly rated yet, but perhaps the game is so new that people haven't actually sat down to watch the game yet. So far, some very close calls, some very strong plays on both sides. And we are looking at a level 2 Lich and a level 2 Death Knight going up against a level 2 Naga Sea Witch and a level 3 Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter does not have an orb, or does not have a Scroll of Town Portal, so this next fight may be for all the marbles, so to speak. He does have a Staff of she has a Staff of Preservation, but without a Staff of Teleportation, the Demon Hunter is not going to be able to move around the map as freely as he wants to. Alright, picks up a Sobi Mask. That may be given to the Naga Sea Witch, as the Naga Sea Witch is much more mana intensive, as we now see a Destroyer, 2 Destroyers out in the air. Oh, Destroyers out in the air. You can see crazy amounts of damage now coming in. And how much mana? No mana left here, as the Demon Hunter now tries to get away. Demon Hunter does have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, but the Death Knight now in a lot of trouble. Staff of Preservation saves the unit. Demon Hunter now with a Potion of Invulnerability there stays alive. However, what's happening so far? That Potion of Invulnerability will be coming to an end. The bears need to get a rejuvenation back onto that Demon Hunter, as one of the bears is currently, devouring magic, healing the Destroyer and letting the units escape. Huge play there, as the Demon Hunter now tries to make its way over. A huge mana burn onto the Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch at level 1 gets taken down. That is the Undead Naga Sea Witch, as we now see a mana burn back down onto that Death Knight. The Death Knight now dangerously low on hit points, trying to pull back. You see the bears. Is it going to get Staff of Preservation? Yes, it does. That 30-second cooldown, so strong compared to the Staff of Sanctuary at a minute. Perhaps that should be adjusted to about 45 seconds, as it really feels like you cannot take out any sort of a Night Elf unit sometimes. There goes a Troll Shadow Priest. Lich sitting at level 2. Death Knight sitting at level 2. Obsidian Statue now being brought over. And what is going to be the next play? Yeah, if I could make one balance change right now, I would change Staff of Preservation's cooldown from 30 seconds to 45. That is the real big issue, because since Warcraft 3 is such a slow game anyways, units may not die for every 30 seconds. And if the Night Elf player is able to pull it back and then pretty much just rejuvenate the unit back at home with the help of Moonwells, which most Night Elf players have a lot of back in their base, then it is really just as strong as a Staff of Sanctuary with just an insane cooldown. Death Knight does pick up Claws of Attack plus... Oh, wait, no, gives it to the Lich. So the Lich now Claws of Attack plus 9, dealing an additional 14 damage, so 39 to 45 damage per attack. Huge amounts of damage here, and then adding in the Naga Sea Witch slow, that could potentially be very dangerous. What are we looking at now? The Death Knight sitting at level 2. Obsidian Statues, Destroyers are here ready to go. As we're looking to clear out this creep camp here, this is going to give Undead level 3 on that Death Knight. Ted is going to be very strong here, but going up against a Demon Hunter at level 4 with all of those mana burns, that is going to be very difficult to try and overcome. A level 3 Naga Sea Witch with a Pendant of Energy, that is quite an interesting play. And you know what? I want to see a level 10 Naga Sea Witch just once, so I can see efficient use of Mana Shield. All right. Oh, what is this? The Destroyer taking a lot of damage. There is the Absorb Mana again. Things are turning back around. Anti-Magic Shell onto that Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter pretty much immune to magic damage right now until that anti-magic shell breaks, and there it goes. Oh, the Demon Hunter really ventured in too far. We're gonna see a Staff of Preservation, obviously, as the Death Knight is in trouble. The Death Knight gets taken down. Naga Sea Witch now sitting at level 2, as the bear is now gonna get taken down, and without the Demon Hunter, no Staff of Teleportation, this is just a very bad fight for him to be in. The problem for the Undead, though, is the over-investment into Destroyers. All of these Dryads Dryads are pretty much now going completely uncountered as the Naga Sea Witch now tries to back away. Oh, is it going to take it down? Yes, it does. So it is now an army of Dryads against one Crypt Fiend, a Naga Sea Witch, and a Lich. Those Dryads will be able to dance away very, very easily. And the real thing going for Elegant right now is the fact that he has an expansion. Naga Sea Witch is getting resurrected. Demon Hunter quickly rejoins in on the fight. But talk about being in a just one-way battle. Nothing. The destroyers can't attack anything except for that Demon Hunter, so that Demon Hunter really shouldn't be there. I think if the Demon Hunter had perhaps had that Staff of Teleportation, things would have been completely different. And yes, that is exactly what he's going to be doing, teleporting away, knowing that, hey, if I get Staff of Preservation, I need to be able to join back into the fray in a moment's notice, as Druids of the Claw now rejuvenating these Dryads. All right. Destroyers are looking to be very, very strong here, going after a couple of easy units. And this is an absolutely easy creep camp for Destroyers because of the buffs. You just devour the magic, heal up the Destroyers, and then deal extra damage to everything around it. You can see the extra damage there as the Troll High Priest are just in a little bit of a healing party, gonna heal themselves up. Finally, one is being left behind. Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 3, Lich sitting at level 3, Death Knight sitting at level 3, all for the Undead. Meanwhile, a Tree of Life. This is more of a ninja expansion right in your opponent's face as he is expanding towards his opponent here. Demon Hunter sitting at level 4, not going to get to level 5. Picks up a Talisman of Evasion, perhaps the most useless item ever on a Demon Hunter, since he most likely already has evasion, similar to a Cloak of Shadows on a Priestess of the Moon or a Warden. Alright, this base has now been scouted out, and it should get cleared out here in just a second. Is he going to pick up Goblin Sappers? Not. Yes, he is. Wow, how did I foresee that? Goblin Sappers are extremely potent against buildings. As we can see, another Skeletal Minion off over here. He scouts both bases. Alright, Ted looking very, very strong now. What's happening here? So far, that one poor bear just in the wrong place at the wrong time, absorbing way too much damage. Crypt Fiends have to be extremely careful, as I believe, yes, one Destroyer does get taken down. Another Crypt Fiend gets taken down, but a bear also falls as well. This Crypt Fiend now going to be in trouble as we have, all of a sudden, that Staff of Preservation teleporting back home. That Demon Hunter needs to heal back up and rejoin in on the fight. Naga Sea Witch is very, very low, and I Am Elegant looking like he's going to not lose the Naga Sea Witch ever so barely, and this Naga Sea Witch is going to make it. And a very low hit point bear back at home. 25 hit points. One more shot would have done it. And the Demon Hunter perhaps overestimated himself, thinking all I have to do is go back. What? Huh? That game was a lot closer than Ted thought it was. I do not know why he GG'd. Wow. I'm in shock. I'm looking at this the final score is 62,000 compared to 59,000, and a difference of about 3,000. Undead is actually up in terms of hero, units produced, army sizes, resources. The amount of gold mined was very, very close. I don't know what to say. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed it.